Okay, guys. So today we are going to learn the RPA, how we can start this career into RPA world. So first thing today I will tell you what is RPA. The simple question whenever you go for any interview questions, they will ask you what is RPA. Okay. So RPA stand for that RPA. Okay. So RPA stand for robotic. Okay. So you know that what is robotic and what is process. So what is process means what is process and what is automation. Okay. So automation means how we are going to automate the process without human beings. Okay. So the word called robotics is it's stand for robotic process and automation. Okay. So robotics means it's not a hardware robot, it's a software robot. Software robot means whatever the you are going to start the coding, so that if you run this program, so there you get the result. Okay. So that is called .exe file when you are going to run. So there you can start the robotic file. Okay. So that is called software robot. Okay. It's not a hardware robot, it's software robot. Okay. Process means sequence of step. Okay. So if you go for the things, sequence of step. Okay. So whatever the process. Okay. So what is the process? So if you go to market, there are lots of company like the Bajaj Finance, there are lots of BPO company also. So on daily basis what they do, they work on the process part. They work on the process part. Okay. Whatever the small process, they do the manually. Okay. And automation means simple things without touching your system. If you are able to work any type of process, if you are able to automate any type of application, if without touching your system, without human action, if you are able to do any type of work, that is called automation. Okay. So automation is not a new. There are two types of things: your and your test automation and your process automation. Okay. So process automation and test automation. Okay. So there is two things: test automation and process automation. Okay. So if you ask me what is the difference between test automation and test automation, the first thing, test automation is especially for testing the application that is working fine or not. Okay. So test automation means verification and validation of any application through any automation tool like your Selenium, UFT. Okay. So there are n number of tools. So through that, if you're going to test the application, that is called test automation. Okay. So test automation and process automation is your different thing. Test automation means testing the application through automation tool like UFT, Selenium, that is working fine or not. Okay. Process means automation means if you are going to automate any type of process. Okay. Suppose that we have a Bharti Airtel process, we have a Vodafone process. So multiple process already going on. Okay. So there you have to automate the process. So whatever the process already going on as a manual process, everything we can automate through tool called RPA. Okay. So if you ask me, like that study also I posted on the LinkedIn. So if you ask me why we are going for the RPA, the first thing I will tell you here, RPA low code. Okay, low code and no code. You can select it. Low code, no code. I can select it. No code. Okay, so coding is not required in the RPA. The first thing. Second thing, I can select it. That is very interesting topic. Okay, interesting topic means here everything will be automated, like your PDF, like your desktop, like your Excel, like your email, like your everything. It's possible to automate and easy to learn. Okay, so second things I'm easy to learn. Okay. And third thing, within within 40 days of time. Okay. Within 40 days of time, you are able to learn all the things, all the application like your desktop, web-based, Excel desktop, Excel web-based, PDF, email. So every type of things you are able to automate the application and you can go for the good. So within 40 days of time, you are able to understand all things. And fourth wise, I will say like that in RPO, whatever the salary you are expecting. Okay. Let me show you one thing. Suppose if you go to the Google also, everyone I think know that top 10 technology learning 2021. If you go for a top 10 technology, you can see here on the second and third robotic process automation. If you ask me why, because totally this is the new things in the market and only 4 years complete in the market. So that's why first thing I'll prefer the RPA because of there are lots of things there. Coding is not required, easy to learn. In 40 days of time, you are able to learn and you can get ready for the job. Fourth thing, if you go to the market, you can get the highest salary in the market because of there are lots of things. I can say like that people are very less demand and supply. Okay, people are very less and demand are more into RPA things. Okay, so this is called the things why we are going for the RPA. Okay, again you come, there are RPA tools. Okay, so So RPA tools means like that your UiPath, Blueprint, automation anywhere. Okay. So n number of tool already available in the market. So you can go for the taking this type things. Okay. So if you ask me why RPA, okay. So why RPA? I'm saying that why RPA? Okay. Why RPA UiPath? Okay. So n number of tool available in the market, but if you ask me why UiPath, okay. So try to understand the first thing UiPath. UiPath is totally free right now. Okay. So if you ask me what is why RPA path specify because of UiPath is community edition is free right now. But if you go for any tool like the Blueprint also, that is a paid and the cost is very high. Okay, so community edition. Okay, so RPA path this software is free. Okay, software free, you can you're able to use up to 3 months time, and after that we can renew your software. Okay, that is called software free in RPA path. We this application is software or you're able to use. Okay, but if you go for any company like your Blueprint, that is the okay, after 2020 they provide the community edition, so that is free. Okay, but that is only used up to 1 month. After that part it will not work. Okay, so your community edition is free right now, but if you ask me, there is a your that is the part of your RPA path, that is the one thing is called enterprise edition. Okay, so enterprise edition is very cheap. You can say like it, $7,000 to $8,000. Okay, so $7,000 to $8,000 is the cost of UiPath. So that's why UiPath is very cheap. The first thing are why RPA path, because of the first thing, your only the age is only 4 years. Second thing, its community edition is free. Third thing, your enterprise edition is only the cost of $7,000 to $8,000. Fourth thing, it's very easy to learn. And fifth thing, so software size is only, I can say like a 350 MB and able to install in only 5 minutes. Okay, installing. So there are lots of reasons why we are going for RPA path, because that is the software community is free. You are easily able to install the software. The cost is around $7,000 to $8,000. Easy to learn and 350 MB. Only it's possible to install in UiPath. Okay, so try to understand these things like that. You are going for the this part. Okay, so this is the software UiPath, and it's very robust and it's very reliable to understand the software. Okay, so that is very good things like that. You can go for the UiPath. So that's why we are going to start the UiPath. We have lots of things like the UiPath, Blueprint, automation. Okay, so first thing, if you go for the Blueprint automation in your, first you have to install. Okay, so first you can install is, we're talking about the Blueprint previous and right now also. Right now Blueprint version is 7.0 and your UiPath version is 2021. So be previous and right now also, if you're going to install any Blueprint, first you have to install the SQL Server. For automation and also previous, you have to install the your SQL Server Studio, because whatever the code you're going to write, every code will go into your system in your SQL Server database. Okay, so that's why. So whatever the tool like the Blueprint, it's very tough to install also, because first you have to install the SQL Server database and then you can go for the install the this tool. Okay, so that's why the tool is Blueprint. It's very complicated to you, and if you ask me, the cost is very high. Okay, so if you ask me what is the cost of Blueprint, I can say like that in front of UiPath they are going to charge around $20,000. Okay, so 20K, I'm passing the things called dollar, $20,000. Okay, so that is the cost. So that's why UiPath is the best in the market, and every type of application like the web-based, desktop, Excel, PDF, email, database, cloud-based, image-based, Citrix, everything possible to automate through UiPath. Okay. So this is the things I want to show like that. Okay, and if you ask me what type of designation we have, so definitely we have multiple designation in RPA world, like that. You starting from RPA intern. Okay, so RP intern, RP developer, senior RP developer, RP consultant, RP lead, that is called technical architect. Okay, so that there are lots of like the designation available in your RPA. So if you have a more than 12 years plus experience, you can go as a solution architect. And if you ask me what is the salary I can get in market, so there you can get the salary at least 25 plus lakhs. Okay, but your previous salary should be at least minimum 15 to 18 lakhs package per annum. So it's possible to get. And in RP, you can see here I have written 2 to 3 times it's possible to take from the market, because UiPath is totally like that. It's very hot cake in the market, and every company is giving good salary from the market. Okay, so there you can go for the these things. Okay, so that's why I will say like it UiPath is the best, and we can start. Okay. So first thing, if you ask me in RPA world, what type of things like that, you can see here the what is the market capture. So if you ask me what the UiPath, 40 to 50% market share already captured by UiPath. Okay. And whatever the there are lots of tools available in the market. But if you ask me, 40 to 50% UiPath share, more, around 20 30% your blueprint automation anywhere. Okay, you can see here the UiPath date also, that is the UiPath 2016 version also. So in after 2016, in 2017, they have started the UiPath. So that's why only is you can see like that 4 years. Okay. So in UiPath, we have a competition that will the work up to 3 months of time. So you can go for the 3 months of time. So that is called community edition and enterprise edition, especially for the you have to pay for interpretation for orchestra $20,000, and if you're going for the attended work, that is for UiPath Studio, you have to pay around $7,000 to $8,000. Okay, so right now we'll discuss about the things called what is UiPath and what type of component available in UiPath. I will tell you right now, and then we'll go for the different things. So 1 minute. Okay, so we'll go for the basic things. So right now, let me come here. Right. So if you ask me, Danielson also we have covered robotic process automation. Okay, so the first thing, if you come to the RPA, automate the business process by robot is called RPA. We already discussed this part. So robotic automation is a type of automation where a machine or computer may be like the human action. Okay. So this is the definition. I already told you that RPA is the intelligent software that helps you the replicate and make the human action. Okay. Try to understand the one thing that is very, very important things. We have discussed this part like that. What is RPA rules? So in RPA market, there are lots of rules depend on your experience. So if you ask me the RPA term right now, so who were like the 2021 pass out or going to pass in 2022, so he or she can go for the RPA terms. After that, we have a one role is called business analyst. Business analyst work is to take the data from the client. They can take the screenshot from the client. So what is the work of BA role? What is the roles and responsibility of the BA analyst? Actually, BA sit with the client and they capture all the data, all the requirements, whatever required for the any process automation. They will capture all data and they create one PDD that is called process design documents. Also, I will share that part. What is PDD? What is STD? Okay, so that things part also I'll try to share with you, so that will very helpful. Okay, so that is the work of your what I can say BA. So this is called PDD. Okay, so if you ask me what is PDD, PDD is nothing but your process design documents. Okay, so process design documents say like that. Whenever you're going to automate any process, so first BA will sit with the feature, and whatever the step, they will take the screenshot and they will start the automation. You can see here log into Acme system, access work. Okay, so whatever the step, you can see here one by one they've given the, this is called high level flow, and this is the non-technical document. Non-technical means only describe how it process is going to work when, if you want to automate, or when process want to automate, what is in scope, what is out of scope, whatever the screenshots, whatever the process already going on. Suppose that any banking system, I'm talking about the HDFC Bank. Okay, so in HDFC Bank there are lots of processes like the saving account bank, FD, RD, loan department, stock market. Okay, so mortgage. Okay, so multiple is your credit card also department is the different. So all the process I want to automate. So first we will go like that, what is the process, how I can go one by one. So I will take the screenshot, I will write the steps like that, whatever the process you want to automate. So first we create the document that is called PDD, that is called process and documents, and when you what you want to automate, what is the dependency, what is the challenge, what is the risk mitigation you get. So that type document BA create. Okay, so this is the work, this is the roles and responsibility of your BA. And after that we have a lots of things for like the RP developer. So if you ask me RP developer roles and responsibility, so he has here to develop the workflow like this. You can see the coding of my UiPath. So whatever the RP developer, they have to start the coding, and so daily roles and responsibility to understand the business requirement, and then they start the development part. Okay, so that is the roles and responsibility for the RP developer. Okay. So if you ask me in the market, like with 0 to 2 years experience, people are getting 4 to 8 lakh package per annum. And senior RP developer. Okay, so senior RP developer means it's not mandatory like that. If you have more than 10 years plus experience, more than 8 years plus experience, so definitely you can show like that. and if a relevant experience of UiPath is around 2 to 3 years, and apart from that, I have experience of Java, .NET, your Python, everything you can select. Okay, so senior RP developer, if you have 8 years plus experience, 5 years of manual testing or automation testing, and 3 years of RPA, so definitely come under senior RP developer. So if you ask me, up to 7 years experience in the market across India, across world. So if India, I'm talking about that the salary is around 7 to 8 lakhs. That is the very minimum salary. Okay, so I can select it for senior RP developer, not 7. I can go for more than 10 plus. Okay, right now because it's the 2021, 10 to 18 lakhs package, very, very minimum. Okay. After the senior RP developer, you can go for the RPS solution architect. So if you ask me what is the roles and responsibility of solution architect, so RPS solution architect is the bridge between your client requirements, your all the business requirements, and your technical people. That is called developer. Okay. So if you ask me the experience price, you can go for 8 to 15 years plus experience, and you can salary you can assume 18 to 20, 18 to 30 plus. Okay, so you can assume that 18 to 30 30 lakhs is not a big deal in the market, because every company is giving good salary in the market. And after solution architect, you can go for the RPA manager post. So try to understand like that RPA manager cost. You can go for the at least 20 to 30 lakhs package for an minimum. I'm talking about that is, so you can go for the 40 plus, so 20 to 40 per 40 lakhs package. It's very, very less salary I'm talking about. Okay, so in market, please try to listen. 40 lakhs is not a big deal. If you know very well RPA, if you've already worked with the company, I'm not saying like that directly they can provide you the 40 lakhs, but try to listen. If your current salary is more than 30 lakhs, it's possible to take up to 40 lakhs package. Okay, so definitely if you are an RPA manager, their experience should be at least 10 plus or 8 plus experience into your domain. So suppose that you already worked more than 7 years in testing and 3 to 4 years in UiPath, definitely you can go for the RP manager role also. But whatever the process, you already know that means if you're going for the RP manager, so whatever the roles and responsibility and whatever the required for any manager role, you have to show this part. You have to satisfy your team like that. I can manage your team, and you can go for the automation. Okay, one role is also very less features uh, like that your RPA tester. Okay, so RPA tester like that, I will tell you the best thing. If you go to the bot part, so you can see here the bot. Okay, so this is the main robot. You can see here the multiple bot is there. Okay, so suppose that we are working for the any banking system, and we have more than 100 robots. Okay, so RPA tester work is to test the application like that is working fine or not. Okay, so RPA tester role is to, we have 100 bots. So out of 100 bots, according to requirement, the process is working fine or not. So you can go through RPA tester. While the RPA tester, they execute the bot and they check like that whatever the business process, whatever the work, whatever the development has done, so that is working fine or not according to requirement. Okay, so that is things we selected RPA tester. Okay, so RPA tester is not any software tester. If you are going for the RPA tester, your quality, your technical knowledge this should be like that. Your RP developer means like that you have to understand the process. You have to understand how development also done. Okay, so RPA tester is very different thing. Software tester is very different thing. Okay. If you are going for the RPA tester, definitely you should have a good knowledge about the RPA. What is attended bot? What is unattended bot? What is the different things? So then you can go for the RPA tester part. Okay. So here you can see here, so you can see here the bot we have created high notepad automation by orchestrator UiPath, best to store the data. So whatever the bot I have created, it's working fine and trying to launch the website like the google.com or BP travel. So like that. Okay. So that type of bot I have done through I have created through this part, and bot is going to pass the ID and password and going for the these things. Okay. So that type, whatever the development you will do, automatically bot will trigger and bot will provide the things. Okay, so that is the things whatever we have done, and it's working fine right now. So that is the work of your RP tester. They check like that work, the process is working fine or not. This is called RPA tester job. But if you're going for RPA tester, your knowledge should be same like that RP developer. Then you are able to check. Normal soft tester, they cannot check this type of thing. Okay. So we have discussed this part, and RP. So if you ask me which role is good, so according to your experience, if you are more than 10 plus experience, you can go for the solution architect. role. So there you will get the good salary from the market. Okay. So please try to understand this is the 2021 market and already 8 months complete. So right now this is the things like that, whatever the people expectation, more than also people are getting from the market, because if you go for the multiple company, multiple MNC company, they can provide you the good salary. Okay. So I've already worked with very good company, very good MNC company like the Capgemini, Cognizant, HCL Technology. Okay. So if you go for the good company, they can pay you the good salary according to your requirement. Okay. So right now, what we are going to do. So here, this is the things called, this is the application you can automate through RPA, like your, and this is the rules, and this is the application like the web-based desktop PDF email we have already discussed. Okay. Come to the part of documentation. Okay, so if you are a RPA, if you are a software tester, so in software testing there are lots of documents available. You know that is called SRS, that is called NFRS. This is that is called different documents is there. So you can go for the testing part. But if you come to this part, in RPA, there are three types of documents you can see here. So that is called BRD, business requirement documents. Okay. So business requirement documents, suppose that HDFC want to automate that process. So HDFC banking system, they will provide you on document. So that is totally about the process, like that, how the process is going on, how the things, that is called business requirement document given by the client. We have the BRD. Okay. So this is called non-technical document. Okay. Second thing, this is called process DN document, PDD. So PDD is called process DN documents. I already show you. BA will create this document, and this is totally non-technical documents. Okay. So this is called PDD, process DN document. Okay. So these are the documents you can see here, PDD, process DN document. So especially whenever the BRD is final, BRD is sign up. So when all things is good, so BA create these PD documents and they go for the sign up. So PD is especially created by the company. Suppose that we are the part of Capgemini and our client is HDFC Bank. So we'll create one PDD like this is your process and this is your step. This is your screenshot. This is your dependency. This is the challenge, and this is the things like that you're going to automate the bot daily morning at 5 o'clock, daily evening at 9 o'clock. So this is the time for the scheduling. That is the time for the triggering your bot. So that type of document, that is called PD, and that is the totally non-technical document. Non-technical means here coding and not required to go for any technical part. This is called non-technical document. The third part is called TDD. Okay, TDD and STD, that is called solution design document. Okay, TDD and STD, solution design document. Okay. So this is totally technical document. So when PDD is sign up, so then TDD and STD come into picture. This is we do the sign up from the client. So this is the business requirements, and we are going to start the automation from 14th of August. And this type of things we are going to automate through RE framework or whatever the framework we are going to automate. And this is the process like we are able to automate this process, and this bot will automate through attended bot or unattended bot, and this type of license we are going to do it. So whatever the technical things required, we'll do the sign up like this is my project, and we are doing the sign up, and within 6 months of time we'll provide that part. So in 3 documents, whatever the exception like the system exception, business exception, so all things will cover, and that is called STD, that is called TD documents. Okay, so this is pure document like that, if created by your solution architect or any senior RPA developer. Okay, so whatever the variables, whatever the augment, everything, it's come under RPA, this type of documents. Okay, so let's try to understand the one thing. Here we've discussed this part like that, whatever the possibility, whatever things it's possible to automate. So like that you can go for this type of. Okay, let's come to the UI path. So if you've already installed and if you want to automate in that process, how to automate, I will tell you right now. Okay, before that, going to this part. So if you ask me what is the component of UI path, sorry for that. Okay, so that is robotic process automation. If you ask me the UI path, there is two things: community edition and your enterprise edition. Okay, so community edition is especially for the student, especially for the developer, not for like especially for learning perspective. You can install the community edition. That is not for the business. That is not for the business development. So there are lots of features which is available in your enterprise edition that is not possible in community edition. So that is you can, it will work up to 3 months free. Okay. Enterprise edition. Okay, so enterprise edition means like that, especially for deployment in the client side, that is called orchestrator. So especially we use the enterprise edition. If you go for the unattended bot, that is called orchestrator. So you have to pay around $20,000 for the enterprise edition. So community edition. So in enterprise edition, there is two things: orchestrator, and one thing is called standalone. Standalone is your UiPath Studio. So that cost is around your $8,000. Okay, so that is paid tool. Okay, that is the paid tool. You can go for the paid tool. This is the cost. Okay, so in RPA UiPath there is three components: UiPath Studio, UiPath Robot, and UiPath Orchestrator. Okay, so if you ask me, this is the UiPath Studio where we design the code, where we write the code, and whatever the code you've written, if you want to automate the process from across one, so then you can go for the second component, that is called UiPath Orchestrator. Okay, so Orchestrator is your web-based application. You can go for you can start with server part. You can provide the URL called platform.uipath.com, and you are able to launch the part. You can go for this URL. So that is the server. Okay, and that costs you more than $20,000. So you have to pay $20,000 cost, and then you can go for, if you're going for the interpretation, then you have to pay $20,000, and you can go for the things. If you're going to automate the new through any company, then you can purchase the license and you can go for that. But if you're a student, so definitely you are able to. So if you're a student, you can definitely go with free version. That is only possible in 3 months. After that, you have to change the server and all things. And if after that 3 months, it will expire. So you have to provide again one license. Then you are able to start again. So this is a server. If you go for this part, like if you click on this Naveen Given, so this is URL, you will get the dashboard of Orchestrator. So this is called unattended bot. There is two types of bot: attended bot and unattended bot. Okay, so UiPath is your attended bot, where we start the coding and we'll go for that. And this is the first thing, is called a standalone application. And UiPath robot, UiPath orchestrator is your unattended bot. Okay, so UiPath orchestrator is your unattended bot. Okay, and third thing is called UiPath assistant. Okay, so UiPath assistant, like that, this is the mediator between your studio and orchestrator. Okay, so come to this thing like that here in your there is a three component UiPath Studio, where we do the development design. UiPath robot is the mediator between UiPath Studio and UiPath orchestrator. Okay, so that, and the third thing is called orchestrator, that is the web-based server, especially for your deployment of your application. You can see multiple processes you automate, like with process 35, SF41. One by one we'll understand. After 1 month, I'll try to start this orchestration part. Only you can understand this the web-based server, where we can deploy the process from across world. People can automate the process. They can store the documents, like your text, like your integer, like your Excel, multiple things they can store. Okay. So here we are able to do. Okay. So this is the three components in UiPath. UiPath Studio for the development, Orchestrator for the web-based server, and UiPath robot is this is the main bot, and this is the mediator between UiPath Studio and Orchestrator. Okay. So these are the things. And if you come to this part, so UiPath interface. Okay. So what is UiPath interface? I will tell you right now. Suppose you already installed this UiPath, you can open this part as UiPath Studio, and you can go for launching this tool. So you can able to launch the UiPath Studio, and then you will get the one child window. Let me show you. Okay. So right now I have already launched the UiPath Studio. Okay. So we've already launched this UiPath Studio. This is called @UiPath 2021, and here you can see here 2021. This is the version 2.0. This is the beta version I'm using right now, and this is the home page. You can see here. This is the home. Like the home means this is the by default. So whenever you install in your system, you'll get by default everything blank. Right now I'm trying to automate the process. So that's why the first thing to do, that is called process. Okay. So if you want to install, if you start any process like the execution, any process, you can give the name of the process and you can start. Okay. Right now I'm giving the things like that. My project name is 14 August. Okay. 14th August automation. Okay, so I've given the name called project name called 14th August automation. Okay, so right now we are going to store that dependency. Okay, so if you ask me what is dependency, so in software, suppose that you want to automate the mail, if you want to automate the Excel, if you want to automate the UI user interface. So multiple things there. So by default, they install one dependency. So based on dependency, we are able to automate the process. Without dependency, it's not possible to automate. So by default, they provide the four dependency: your mail, Excel, UI. Okay, so four dependency they provide by default. But apart from that, if you want to install, you can go for the manage package and you're able to install it. So right now you can see the project called Excel, mail, and system and UI automation. Okay, so this is the four dependency by default they provide. Okay, same like that the laptop. Like if anybody purchase the laptop, what you do? you by default you get the lots of things like the notepad, like your calculator. Okay, so multiple things there, but multiple things you not get, like your dictionary you will not get. Okay, Microsoft Office package you do not get. Okay, so try to understand that dependency is nothing but whatever the application you want to automate. So by default we are getting the four dependency. You can see here the four dependency. Okay, so based on that we want activity panel. Okay, so activity is nothing but whatever action you want to perform. Suppose that if in your Java, in .NET, in Python, in Ruby, in R programming language, so everywhere you have to write the code. But here we don't have to require to write the code. So here we can use the activity. Activity is nothing but whatever action you want to perform, you can go for that. Okay, so this is called activity panel. Okay, so whatever the action you want to perform, suppose that I want to automate the web-based application. I will tell you how to automate. So first thing, this is the home, design, and debug. So this is called interface. I've written in this I can keep it this slide. Home, design, debug. Okay. So home, design, and debug is especially for home for the creating the project. Right now you can see here home is especially for creating the project. Like that you can go for the process and we will start the 14th August automation. Suppose that you already have a project inside your system, you can go for open and you can select. Okay, so in my system, if you go, I have more than lots of projects available. You can go to the documents. So by default in documents, if you create in your system also by default, it will create inside your documents and it will create your UiPath folder, UiPath folder, and there you can see like it multiple projects there. I want to access the 19 July project. I'll go inside that and you can see the multiple folder is there one by one. Okay, I want to automate the 27 July. Here I will select my project file, workflow file, and automatically you are able to open that project. Okay, so right now this is the home button. Especially you can go for the multiple things. They provide the theme also, like if you want to automate to SP and if you want to use the GitHub, if you want to automate the multiple things, if you want to automate the Google Chrome, Edge, multiple things. So you have to install the extension from this tool part and you can go for it. In setting, they provide more than 9 languages for that part. You can select your language, you can go for that. And two theme will provide that light and dark. Okay, so this is the settings and help you can get the version of your path. So this is called home screen, especially for your project, like how to start the project. And this is the design especially for designing the process. You can create the new workflow. So right now my project is 14th August. Okay, so they've given the features called, you can go for the new, and sequence for the district machine one we will understand. Sequence is especially for small project, linear project, you can go for the sequence. Okay, so here I'm taking this part as a message box. Okay, so suppose that I want to create the message box operation, so we can fast again discuss. Okay, so this is the new sub process of 14th August automation. This is the sub process of your 14th August automation. Okay. So after 20, you can see here there is nothing folder. Okay, suppose we have more than 10 developers, and I want to create one by one to every developer. Means I want to create the different. Suppose that we have HDFC, there is a loan department, there is a FD requirement, there is a saving department. So multiple things is available. Then what we'll do, we'll create the multiple things, multiple folder, and you will do so. On delivery, suppose that I want to create the folder, like in 14th August, I want to create the today folder, like at 14th August first class. Okay, so what I can do, right click and go for add and go for folder. Okay, so I can pass 14th August first class. Okay, so here I want to create one folder. Okay, first class. Okay, and inside the folder I'll create the sub process sub folder. Okay, so inside that you can see the 14th August first class, and here I'll go for add, and here I'll go for the sequence project. Okay, right now I'm taking the sequence. So in sequence also you can pass the message box. Okay, so here I've created the message box. Same like that you can create the multiple workflow and you can go. This is the part of project panel. Okay, so 4 dependencies we have, and based on your dependency we are getting this activity panel. Okay, so activity is nothing but suppose that you want to automate the open project, so that is dependency already installed, so that's why we're getting. If you go for the Excel part, we have multiple activity for the Excel, like the application scope, multiple things here. But if you go for the PDF, there is nothing activity. Okay, there is nothing activity for the PDF. Then what we'll do, we have to go for the manage package, and you have to go for the install the all package from this part, and you can go for the UiPath and the PDF. Okay, and you can go for the installation. Okay, so this is right now free. I'm using the community edition, so that's why I'm able to use the free version, free everything. I will go for the install and go for the save. It will not take more than 50 seconds if your system is fine. Hardly 1 minute it will take for the store the dependency, and you are looking for that. Okay. Whenever you're going to install the, make sure that you should have internet connection to install the things, creating the workspace and ready for the development. Okay. So whenever you install the UiPath.pdf, and when it's ready, like that, you are able to use the activity. Okay. So automatically that dependency it will come into project panel. Okay. So you can see already if you come to project panel, we have installed the UiPath.pdf, and if you go to the activity right now, we'll get the PDF. Okay. So I will not suggest you to install all the PDF from the package, because it's not required. Why I will install the package, because if you install all the package, the UiPath will become slow. So that's why my recommendation is not to install all the package. At the same time, whenever required is there, you can do it. So right side, you can see the multiple things there, project panel, activity panel. So there are lots of panel also you can see here. So this is the left side is called activity panel. And from here to till here, this is called workflow designer panel. Workflow designer panel. Okay, right side you can see here properties panel is there. Okay, properties nothing but setting of your activity. Right now I'm going to automate one process. Okay. So if you go to the Java, what you do, you have to write the code. Okay, so you have to write the code. So what we'll do here, we use the message box. Okay, simple drag and drop this part as a message box, and here we'll go for the passing the data like the hi or hello. Okay, so suppose I want to pass the hi. Okay. So first thing, this is the symbol of error. Like you can see here, the red part. Okay. So this is the symbol of your error. So right now, again, if you take the message box, again you get the symbol. So this is the symbol of error. You can see here, this is my child part, and we're getting the red signal. If you come to the father part, you can see here the yellow signal. Okay. So this is signal, this is the like it, showing that you have an error. So you can pass here the hello error. Okay. If you go to the Java, you have to write the system.out.println, and you're able to show the data. Let me save, and this is the way the run the file. Okay. So whenever you're going to run this file, automatically whatever the code you've written, automatically it will show on the console hi and hello UiPath. Okay. Whatever the code you write, automatically that will trigger, and that will show the data. Okay. So hi, and we can select it hello UiPath. Okay. So like that you are able to display the data through message box. Okay. So there is an output panel. You can see here output panel. Output panel is nothing but whatever. If you go for interview, they will ask you what is the response time of application. That is called 15 seconds of time. Within 15 second of time, we are able to automate the process. Okay. So this is called hi and hello. Okay. So if you want to write in one line like that hi hello, you can go for, you can pass like that hi and hello. So you can pass hi, and you can pass the plus sign, that is called concurrent. So only to understand this part, plus sign, minus sign, asterisk. Okay. So wildcard, so is hi and hello. Okay. So it will display in two line, hello and hi. Okay. So like that will come in the horizontal, and here I will come for this message box, and I'll pass these things like that hi and plus VCR and plus and hello. Okay. So it will display hi, it will display hello UiPath, and it will display hi hello UiPath, and it will display in two line. Let me show you. Save and run this program. Okay. So that type things we can do in RPA path. So this is the type of thing like that whenever you do the real time example. So that type things required. So that's why you pass the multiple things hi hello UiPath. Okay, and we'll go for the hi and hello UiPath, and if you want to display in two line hello hi and hello UiPath. Okay. Again, this is called static part. Whatever we have done, that is the static automation. If you want to do the dynamic means I want to take the data from user, I can pass this input dialog box, simple drag and drop this input dialog box, and after that we'll go for the message box, and we can display the data. Okay. So in input dialog box, here we can create the value. So control K, and here we pass the things called v underscore, and we can pass the input output. Okay. So input output, this is the variable. Okay. So here input output. Okay. So input output is a variable, and this is the for dialog pattern, like the guessing game and here I'll pass the things like the double quote. Please provide your input. Okay, so if you pass, that's fine. If you not pass, it will come as a blank. Please provide your input. What I want to take the data from user. I want to display to message box, and again I want to write the data into one notepad. That type things right now I'm going to do. So for writing the data, I can take this write text file. So write text file, we can do this huge. So write text file, whenever you're going to write in one notepad, what you ask, what you write, I want to pass this variable b input output, and where you want to write, I want to write inside the system. I'll go for the system like that your 14th August, and I'll pass the data called notepad. Okay, so this is called write text file. Okay, so I want to take the data from you, one user, and one by one I'll go for it. Okay, so I will display the data and will write the data into one message box. Okay. So this is the output panel. You can see here in output we are getting nothing. You can see here only 10 seconds of time, and we are able to do like this. Okay, right now please check this part. So here I'm going to save and I'm going to run this program. So first it will launch one input dialog box. So input dialog box means we want to take the data from user. So there will come as input dialog box, and there we can provide the data. Please provide the input. So I can pass this to the UiPath and go for OK button. It will display UiPath, okay, and it will write hi, hello UiPath, and whatever, hi hello UiPath, and hi hello. Okay. So I already told you like that it's written the data into your folder like that where you already get it. So you can see it notepad. Okay. So 8 6 times also you can see here. So right click and go for the data. Okay. So right click and go for the check. Whatever the data we have passed, I am getting the data into one notepad. Open with, and here I'll go for the notepad. Okay, so we are getting the UI path. Okay. So try to understand the one thing in Notepad also we written the data. Okay. Try to understand here one thing. Whatever the data I'm taking, whatever that we are displaying to message box, everything we can display also in note output also. Let me show you. So we can take the activity. So based on activity, we are able to do the thing. Okay. So this is called write line activity. Write line activity is specific for writing data, and here I can pass the simple things v input output. Okay. So let me run this program again, save and run the program. So here we'll get the output data. In this part in 22 can be complete, but here right now we'll provide the data. Please provide the input. Okay, please provide the input. Here I can say RPA UiPath is the best software. Best UiPath is the best RPA tool. RPA path is the best RPA tool. We are getting the as a message. Okay. So hi, hello Ipath, hello Ipath, hello Ipath, and we are getting all this. So if you go to the output panel, you can see here RPA Ipath is the best RPA tool. We are getting into output also. And if you go to the my notepad, every time it's going to write the data into one notepad. Go for the file explorer, and here we're going for the notepad data. So if you're going to open, you can go to the open with, and you can go for the notepad. So we will go for the RPA path is the best RPA. We are able to write the data. Okay, so like this way, multiple things we can do. We can read the notepad data. We can able to write data. So this is called no massive of automation we have done. And right now I'm going to show you one program to notepad automation. How to start the notepad automation in 14th August. I can go here and I will go for the add, and I go for the flowchart, and here I'll pass the notepad automation. Okay. So notepad automation means we are going to automate one notepad. Okay. So how to open notepad right now? I will tell you. Okay. So in notepad, what we do basically we launch the notepad. So we launch notepad. We write something in notepad. We save the notepad. Okay. Go to activity panel, and here I'll go for the open application. Simple drag and drop this part. Open application. And we'll go for this open application. We'll try to go for notepad. We'll open this notepad, and here we'll try to go for these things indicate on screen, and I'll try to go for notepad. Okay, so here I have done this part, like through this activity we are able to launch. After launching these things, what we do, we have to write something that we are going to type the data. Okay, so that's why here I'm taking this part as a type into, and here I'll go for the typing data, and here we'll try to write like this, hello UiPath. Okay, so hello UiPath notepad automation. Okay, UiPath notepad automation. Okay. So after that, what we do, you save. So control S will provide the send hotkey activity for that part, and we'll pass the control S, and we'll go for the control S for the saving this part. And when till now, if you run this program, so it will launch the notepad, it will write like the hello UiPath notepad or whatever you write. So it will write the data, and there we have to save the notepad. Okay. So definitely hello UiPath notepad is already launched, and it will try to save the notepad. Okay. So here we can save the data, where here I will give the name. Okay. So especially for name, first you take the type into. For typing data, I'll go for the type into, simple drag and drop this part type into, and through that part we'll try to spy the things, go for indicate on screen. Okay, and go for click this part. Okay, so here I'll pass the type into like the file name. So definitely I'll give you things like the 14th August notepad. So this is the 14th August notepad. So after that, so 14th August we have already typed. Okay. So whenever you type the data, definitely what you do, you click on the save button. So only you take this click activity. We are not doing any coding, but you have to understand the process, whatever already going in the manual process, and you are able to automate. So that is called feasibility. Okay. So we are checking the feasibility, how we are able to automate. We are going for the save, and we are going to run this program. Okay. So save. So whenever you save, automatically it will notepad will be saved. And after that, what we do, we use the close application for the closing the notepad. Okay, so that's why you use the close application. Okay, and here use this part. Okay, and in between, if you want to delay, so you can take the delay activity, and you can pass the delay like this, 4 seconds or 3 seconds, 2 seconds, wait 1 second. I can pass the things called 00 and 1 second of wait. Okay, so I've given the wait like that 1 second. In Java you can provide to thread.sleep, and you're able to run this one. Okay, so multiple way. Right now I passed the things for notepad automation 14th August. If you want to go for multiple things like the random number, date and time, your increment one to multiple things like it way to provide data. 14th August notepad save and close the application. So if you ask me how much time it will take, you can see here within 2 minutes of time you are able to automate this type of application. Okay, so you can go for that type of thing. Right now I will show you one web-based application, how to automate through web-based application. We can go here in this part, and in 14th August first class I'll try to go for add and go for the flow chart. I'll go for the one thing is called BP table web automation. Okay, so I'll go for the web automation. So there we'll try to go for launching your website. So there we'll go for the activity, we'll go for the open browser, and we'll try to automate that part. I'll try to go for open browser. Okay, so in open browser, whatever the process I want to automate any website, so definitely will provide the URL of that part. I'm going to provide this one. Okay, so whatever the process, like the UiPath, what UiPath by default browser is Internet Explorer. You know that Microsoft by default browser is Internet Explorer. Okay, so same thing UiPath also support. I want to first log in this system. What I do, I'll go for type into 2 times, one for ID and 2 for the second for your password. So that's why here I'm taking this one for ID and second for the password and third for the click activity. Simple drag and drop this part, click and go for these things. We'll try to indicate on screen. So here in backend, you have to open this website, and then we'll try to automate. So I'll try to indicate on screen for your ID. We'll try to automate this part of the password, and then we'll go for the click button. And we'll try to go for click button. We'll go for the login. Okay. So here I'll come and I'll try to go for that one. Okay, so here we can pass the data. So like the username I can pass admin, and password I can pass with admin. We can save and we can run this program. So automatically it will try to launch the website. It will try to go for maximize window. It will try to go for login the system, and it will go for that. Right now I've automated through Internet Explorer, and there I go for login. I'll go for that. Okay. So here, if you want to automate through Google Chrome, definitely you will go here and there's a browser type. You can select this Google Chrome, and you're able to automate through Google Chrome. So before going to automate through Google Chrome, your extension should be said that is installed. Your extension means I'm talking about the UiPath extension. You can, if you come to this my Google Chrome, I already have an extension. You can see here. This is the extension called UiPath. So first you have to install the extension, then you are able to automate the features. If you not install, you will get the error. Right now I'm getting admin, admin, and go for the login. So right now, like if you go for the login, after that I can show you the things like if you go for the login. So here after login, what you do? You go for create code, and you go for the select icon. Okay. So here after click button, I'll take this click part again. Simple drag and drop this part, and here I'll go for the this part. Click indicate on screen. Select item. And go for this part. So we have to pass the data like this way, and we have to indicate on screen. So we can pass the data here. We can pass to any country, like I'm taking this Belgium, and again I'll take for the select item, that is for the drop down, and we can go and we can pass the data. So like we can pass this as a two part, and two also take the Belgium capital, that is Belgium this part, Belgium Brussels, and after that I'll go for the departure date, that is called type into. So like this way we are able to automate everything is same. So we'll try to indicate on screen. We'll go for this part as a departure date. And after that, we'll try to go for click button. That is the one way departure date. We can pass this things as 18th of September. So that is the 18th 4 2021. Okay. So 18th 9. Okay, 18th September. That's the 18th of September. Okay. So after that, if you come to this website, so we have a login part, you departure date, and you one click. So we'll try to click one for the one way. So we'll take the click activity, and we'll go for this part, and that is the one way. And after one way, the process is same. Okay, so only I'll try to automate till here. We have done the your select item also, and we'll use the two. And here, if you want to go, so here we'll have to go for adult children. Only till now, I'll try to automate. Okay, so everything is same. So we can take the select item. And till now, I'll try to show you how we can go for the select item, that is for the adults and children. Right now, I'll try to show you. One second. So this is adults, and this is the children. So here I'll go for 5. And here we'll go for the project 6. Okay. So till now I'll try to show you how we are able to automate. And after that, I want to simply click for the logout, and I want to close the system. Okay. So only till now I want to click for the logout. So there is a logout option, and you are able to close the window. Okay. Before closing this tab, I want to wait up to 1 second of time or 2 seconds of while. So then what I do, I can save it. Okay, so in between I want to pass the delay of 2 seconds of time. So here we'll go for this part 0 0 and 0 and 0 0. Let me run this program. admin, go for login, create code, and we can pass this prompt to departed it one way, and girls and children go for login and go for close the application. So it's already closed. You can see here. So already we have more than two applications. Already third application is already closed. Okay. So like this way, we are able to automate this type of process. Okay. So today we have completed the desktop part. Today, like the notepad automation, we have done the calculator, like your notepad automation, your message box, your web-based application. So multiple things we have done. So today we have provided this type of training, this type of module, very well able to understand. I think everything I've cleared you to everyone. Everyone, any question till now? So I think I've completed from my side. Hi Deepak.